I'm here with Miranda Xafa. She is president of EF Consulting. More importantly, a former board member at the IMF and also was an advisor to Prime Minister Mitsotakis in the early 1990s. Miranda, thank you very much. Whose court is the ball in right now? Is the situation in the control of the Europeans, or does Mr. Tsipras here in Greece still have control?
I think the creditors really want to give Greece the opportunity for a last-minute agreement before the program expires at the end of tomorrow.
So in other words, Mr. Tsipras needs to make an offer.
Yes, or the Europeans need to come with an offer that he should accept by the end of tomorrow, or else the program expires.
Now, if the program expires and also Greece defaults on a 1.7 billion euro payment to the IMF due tomorrow, what happens?
Well, it will be hard for the European Central Bank to accept as collateral the assets of a bankrupt sovereign. So there is a question as to whether ELA, the exceptional liquidity assistance provided by the ECB, will continue after Tuesday.
If that is the case, does that make the Greek banking system insolvent as of tomorrow night?
Yes, it does, because there are 90 billion of ELA, of liquidity provided by the ECB under this special facility.
In other words, if the European creditors refuse to accept Greek bank assets as collateral, this banking system is done.
Correct.
And there's no way, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but there's no way that these banks could possibly reopen on schedule next week?
That would be very hard.
What are the implications of that situation? I know Ben Bernanke blames the Great Depression on the collapse of the American banking system. Is that what this country would face if banks don't open next week, a depression?
Yes, there would be chaos, there would be social unrest. As you said, the banks would not reopen. The government would be unable to meet wage and pension payments because they are running a primary deficit right now. And it would be chaos beyond that.
What is the probability in your mind that that happens? What are the chances, the odds of that right now?
Well, I hope that there will be...
We are all hoping.
Yes. I think Mr. Tsipras really screwed up the negotiations. He believed firmly that Europeans need Greece as much as Greece needs the Europeans, which is sadly not the case. So if he wanted the referendum, he should have called it a month ago, not with the banks closed and the government coffers empty. So I think he's just trying to push the blame for the botched negotiations to voters.
Miranda, thank you so very much.
Thank you.